Alright, hey, it's Mega here, and I'm shooting a video about the charge curve on the Alta Redshift SM. Alright, so if you guys don't know, the Alta Redshift SM has a onboard charger, alright, and it's like 1.1 kilowatt or something not a very fast charger. Okay, but yeah, if you guys want to see what the charge curve looks like on it, I charge it using a hybrid off-grid 3000 watt inverter. All right, it's totally capable of charging it. Sometimes the charger gets kind of finicky looking for a ground and stuff, but I found out that if I just plug just the if I don't use big loads while I'm charging the Redshift, it's totally fine with it. Okay, so let's go check it out. I've got an app on my computer that we can look at, and then we can see how much, what the charge curve looks like. Okay, it kind of goes up and then it goes down. It's kind of, yeah. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so here we are. This is the GrowWatt app. All right, or the one on their website. All right, and so it's kind of tells you everything that's going on right now. There's solar coming in, 1600 watts. There's it's not importing any power from the grid. It's a hybrid off-grid, so when it runs out of power, it draws power from the grid to power loads. Okay, and it's charging at 1500 watts right now. All right, but anyway, this is what we're interested in. Last night when I came back from the races, I plugged it in to charge. All right, and it had about 50% charge. So this is a charge curve for like a 50% charge dealie. So there it is. So I plugged it in at almost 2 o'clock. All right, 1:50. All right, and then it starts off about almost 1200 watts. See, for 1200 watts for 20 minutes. Okay, and then it goes down to like 900 watts, 800, 700. 800, yeah, so just say average about 800 watts after that. Okay, and then after 2 to 4, yeah, after 2 hours, looks like the charge curve starts to drop. You can see it goes from like 700 watts to all the way down to 200 watts. Okay, yep, so you can see after about 2 hours. All right, so like we started at 2 to 4. Wow, so after 2 hours, it starts to go. The charge curve starts to go down. All right, and it keeps on going down for like another hour. All right, and then it seems like it's kind of does like it's doing like a top off or like a trickle charge up until 8 o'clock. Okay, so like from like 5 to 8 for like 3 hours it trickle charges the battery. So if you really just needed to ride the bike right away, I would wait till it gets to like right about here, and then you know that the battery's pretty much fully charged and it's just topping it off right here. Okay, or maybe it's like balancing the cells, it's doing something. So there you go. That's the charge curve. It really only charges at 1000 watts, or almost, yeah, it's like 1.1 kilowatt for like 20 minutes. Then it starts going down. All right, now that may be because it the inverter's getting hot, or the battery's getting hot, and it's like lowering it for whatever reason. Okay, so. Well, one experiment that we could try is we could try to have a fan blow air onto the battery to cool it down, right? Or the bike itself to cool it down, and then we'll see if that lets it charge faster. Okay, but yeah, it takes a long time to. So to charge from 50%, all right, we started at 2, and let's say it finished its charge here at 5. So it took 3 hours to charge it from 50% to pretty much to close to full. All right, where it starts trickle charging it. So that that tells you if the battery is fully drained, it would take 6 hours, guys. All right, so I'll probably, if I get a chance to connect it again, and like there's no other loads and stuff, we can go over this when the battery's fully drained. All right, but this is from a 50% charge, so it takes roughly 3 hours from 50%. So from like 0%, all right, if it had a low state of charge, I'd imagine it would take like about 6 hours to charge it. Man, that's a long time. Yep. All right, and I think one way we could do to speed it up is to put a fan on it, right? Because it really only draws that 1.1 kilowatt for like 20 minutes, and then it goes down right away. Right, and it wasn't that hot in the garage, so. Okay, and then so the trickle charge lasts like 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours until it just shuts it off total. Okay. That, or this could be the refrigerator, I'm not sure. Okay, there is something else connected to it. But yeah. So the bulk of the charging was from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. All right, and then 2 o'clock. That's the 3 hours, yeah, like I mentioned. Okay, I hope you guys found that interesting. That is that's what the charge curve looks like for the Alta Redshift with it just sitting inside my garage. And yeah, it takes about 3 hours from 50%, and I'd imagine if it's fully drained, probably 6 hours. Okay, so and then it goes into like a kind of trickle charge mode or a balancing mode or something where it's trying to balance all the cells and stuff. It takes a long time to charge this bike, and it doesn't even have that big a battery. Okay, yeah, my RAV4 will charge at like 1500 watts the whole time almost. All right, and it just has this a fan inside the car that cools the charger down. So that's kind of interesting stuff, like how the way the different ways certain electric vehicles charge. Right, it's dependent on the charger, I guess. But it's surprising that charger can really only maintain its 1.1 kilowatt for like 20 minutes and then kind of tapers off a little bit. So we'll try experiment where we plug it in and we'll run a fan on the bike. All right, so we're going to use that power to charge it faster. Okay. Yeah, but another thing is like, yeah, the fan will probably throw it. What we could do is we could hook up the fan to the house's power. All right, we'll power it with the house, and then we'll charge the Redshift with the inverter, and then that way we can track the power usage it's using. Okay, and then without the fan having a, we'll use two fans. We'll use a blower fan, and I'll use a regular fan. And we'll see if that helps. Okay, if something is getting hot, and but honestly, the battery should be like that's a good question. I wonder if this battery has a warmer. What if it's like really really cold out? Does it warm up the battery first? Because you should always, the battery should precondition. All right, it's got to get to a certain temperature for that's optimum for charging and stuff. So yeah, temperature plays a big part in charging lithium-ion batteries. All right, lithium-ion batteries are so finicky. They don't like to be too hot, and they don't like to be too cold. So it would be interesting to try this out after you've ridden the bike really really hard. All right, to see how what the charge curve looks like. But this is like the bike was not running. Yeah, it hadn't been run for a while. All right, it was cold. Okay, so it should have charged pretty fast, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, so I hope you found this educational and entertaining. That is the charge curve for a Alta Redshift SM during its charging from 50%. All right, to full. All right, it takes 3 hours to do the bulk of the charging, and like 8 hours or something to finish topping it off. All right, so yeah, if you want to ride it, I would just unplug it. All right, don't watch it. That's why you see. That's why when I'm watching it charge, like it says the battery's like full, but it's still charging. It's like what's it doing? Like, yeah, it's kind of like trying to top off the battery. Okay, so it's trying to increase the longevity of the batteries by charging it that way. But I'd imagine you could probably charge this battery at a pretty high state of charge, and because it's like 350 volts or something, it can handle a lot of voltage. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we'll try the experiment to try cooling the bike down while it's charging and see if it helps speed up the charging process. Maybe we could do that today when I come home. Also, I will. Oh yeah. I had just updated the firmware last night. Rashid 510 just updated the bike, so the bike's firmware. So this is with the newest Alta Redshift SM firmware. Okay, so unfortunately, I didn't. I think I've been watching the charge curve before, and I never shot a video about it, but it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so. Okay, but yeah, just FYI, this is with the latest Alta Redshift SM firmware. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. Hey, let's make it out.